Can I just say, this book is a great example of why I love this genre.
Yeah.
Hello, readers. I'm Madeline Bookout.
And I'm Hannah Bookout, and this is the Check This Book Out podcast where two sisters talk about fantasy and romance.
We've got a August Book Club book review for you today over the Everlasting by Alix E. Harrow. Is it Harrow or Harrow?
I don't know.
You know, we could probably come better prepared for every time. I feel like how do you pronounce their name?
Right?
Oh well. But in typical book club fashion on this podcast, we will talk about world building, writing style, plot, characters, general themes throughout the book, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get started. Everybody, please find your comfy reading chair, grab your time travel book, and let's check this book out. Let's start with a spoiler-free synopsis so that if people haven't read this book, maybe they can get an idea of what it's about and potentially pause and then come back.
Yes.
Okay, this is a historical fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, started out feeling very like World War II vibes. Did you get that at all?
I was getting like Divine Rivals.
Okay, I was too.
Okay.
100%. That's maybe a good comparison, is that the vibe of this book is very Divine Rivals, if you have read that. But it's a standalone historical fantasy following two characters in the present and past tense. And there's a time travel aspect of it where Owen basically comes across a device that allows him to travel back in time. I don't know. I feel like anything else is going to be so spoiler heavy.
I know. Even that feels like
I know.
we shouldn't say it,
I know.
right?
You can cut out whatever you need, but bottom line is it's a historical fantasy. It's a standalone, which I feel like is important to note. It is very whimsical and flowery and very Divine Rivals vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that enough?
That's great.
Okay, great. Now we will do our ratings on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1,
3.
4.
Okay.
3.
No, okay. I feel really loosely rating this, okay? And when we talk about general thoughts, I'll get into it.
Okay.
But 3 is like so loose.
Okay.
I thought about 3.5.
Loose as in like you didn't really know what to rate it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Which I'm like, okay, wait, 3 is a good number.
Based on your status updates and stuff, I thought maybe you liked it a lot more. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's fine. Yeah. We can
get
get into it.
This is definitely going to be an episode where once we start talking about it,
you may feel differently.
Yeah.
I also may feel differently about it in the other direction.
Yeah. I'll just like go ahead and start with my general thoughts.
Yeah, go for it.
I've never read a book like this.
Okay. It was very different.
I would have never continued reading this book based on chapter 1 because I hate flowery writing.
Okay.
I can't stand it.
Did you know this about yourself already?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So when I was reading the first chapter, I was like, oh dear God.
And by first chapter, do you mean the prologue or do you mean
both?
Okay.
Prologue and chapter 1.
Okay.
Owen be saying things that just make no sense. And I
Do you have an example?
Yes. And I quoted it in book club. One of the things in Owen's inner dialogue was she was wearing a cape the color of a picked scab.
That is an interesting way to describe something.
And like, don't get me wrong, a lot of the writing was really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very, very grateful that once we were done with the first chapter, her flowery like hook was kind of, it had abated a little bit. And so then it was like, okay, it's flowery, but it's not like in my face, choking on it, you know?
Yeah. I would say that my general thoughts are, I would say that the structure of the book was really intriguing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Learning like how it was split out into like the first death, the second death, the third. So that kind of was the thing that kind of baited me in and like hooked me. And then I do think that there was a good chunk of it that was pretty boring.
Mm-hmm.
But there was plot twist things that kept me involved or engaged.
I would say the author having to rewrite the story that we'd already read and keep the readers entertained, I imagine was very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't lie, the second death kind of lost me a little bit. Like, yes, we were in Una's POV, but like, oh, I already know what's happening, you know? Yeah. So it was a little bit hard.
Yeah.
She kind of lost me there.
Yeah. For me, I think what docked a whole star was that I think the first half, honestly, until we get to the part about the book,
Yeah.
it was kind of boring to me.
Yeah.
Or I just kept thinking, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know?
I would say like the first half was kind of just like, okay. And then the second half was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too.
And like some of it I'd predicted, but it still turned out like much more beautiful. Maybe it's just the way that the author wrote it, you know?
Yeah.
And then some things really did like surprise me.
Yeah. I have heard just so many good things about that book, and I do think it lived up to the hype.
Yes.
But it wasn't, and I don't think people are ever like, this is the most incredible book I've ever read. People just say this is a good book.
Yeah.
And I tend to agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very different from what I would normally read, but it was a good book.
I totally agree.
Okay.
It's not what I would usually read, but it was good.
Yeah, and I honestly, it is so nice to find standalone fantasies, you know? It's just good to have a couple of those in your repertoire.
Yeah, right.
They're hard to find.
They are.
Shall we move on to writing style?
I kind of already said a little bit of my spiel, but you go ahead.
I didn't mind the flowery prose. I actually don't know if I've ever read something that's in second person POV ever.
Me neither.
And so the first time it happens, it kind of caught me off guard. And I was like, wait, what? Actually, that's not true. I have read something that's in second person, but in a totally different way. So, you know, in the whole story, you're kind of wondering what the end result of that second person is. You know what I mean? You're trying to figure it out and piece it together because it's obviously something written to her, Una. Right. But I surprisingly really enjoyed that part about it. I thought that was so engaging, and it also added towards the end and towards the middle when you get the first flip from Owen to Una, added a whole emotional depth that was not originally in the story.
Right. I completely agree. It felt like love letters back and forth.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite part about the book.
I agree.
Which at first I was like kind of caught off guard. I'm like, are we just going to keep saying you and you? But I really fell in love with it.
Yeah. By the time you get to that first switch where he's like, you're going to have to take it from here, love, because I don't know.
I highlighted that
I don't remember
quote.
this part. I was like, what?
No, it was like, Una didn't want me to like say our name, so I'll tell it like a story for you, my love. Killed me.
What?
I highlighted that and I sat there for a moment.
There were a couple of times where they did that transition, where specifically that transition from Owen to Una made me cry. Like that, the way that it was done, there were a couple of flips where she was like, I can't tell this part of the story. And he was like, so I'll tell it for you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I cried like at least 2 times just because of that.
Yeah.
Truly, I think the best part of the book was just the writing style and how unique that was to anything I've read.
Yeah. And again, the flower writing kind of got to me in the beginning, but in the end, like, if I put that bias aside, like, this writing was just gorgeous throughout. Like,
yeah, it really was.
No qualms about it.
I
just put my personal preference to the side.
I think that book could not have been what it was without the prose.
Yeah. It's so Owen. That's the thing. It's so Owen.
Yeah. It definitely was because, you know, he was a history and like literature.
Yeah.
You know, professional, I guess. But also, okay, sorry, we didn't even talk about that. The beginning and the end, how it starts with the story, and then also how there are a couple of times in the middle where he's writing the story and seeing how it changed every time.
Yeah.
So well done.
Yeah. The first prologue was so whimsical
and weird,
but it was so whimsical. I was like, oh wow, like what world are we entering into?
It sets the tone very quickly,
so well. Yeah. And it ending in that same way, like format, I felt like homesick.
It just hit.
I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to like start over and like read the story again, knowing what I know. Ugh.
It added so much like depth to the whole story. Because it's a short book. It was only 300 pages. 300.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Kindle version is only 311 pages. So the
Felt kind of
fact,
longer than that.
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. The fact that she was able to do so much, like pack such an emotional punch and tell such a cool story
Mm-hmm.
in that few pages was really impressive to me.
Yeah.
Hannah and I decided that we're going to try to start rating each different category of things that we talk about in addition to our overall ratings. For me, the writing style was 5 out of 5.
It was a 5.
It was a 5 out of
Yeah,
5.
it was a 5.
Shall we move on to world building?
We shall.
Okay. Because it was a standalone, I understand that there wasn't much she could have done.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think that there needed to be much
Yeah.
what other than what was given to us, you know?
Yeah. I had like a pretty solid outline of what I needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important thing for the world building was being able to differentiate between like the present and the past. And that was so clear and obvious that like and because it was a historical fantasy and then like a medieval fantasy, those are such easy pictures in your mind. Like I didn't think that the author needed to go above and beyond for a
Yeah,
standalone.
I agree. I
like,
agree.
She could get away with it.
The only thing in terms of world building that kind of confused me, and it may not even technically be building, it may be more of a plot standpoint, is that it did not occur to me until the first jump to the past tense that Una was a famous person. Because,
What?
no, I'm telling you, it may just be me misunderstanding. But the first time we hear about her is when he finds the book underneath the yew tree when he's a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that that was just some children's story that like he found or that appeared. I did not realize that it was a story literally everybody knew, if that makes sense.
Oh, like a published book.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I just thought, oh, this is some sweet little story that he found. And I thought that he was pursuing that story of her in his career, but nobody else knew who she was or what she was. I thought he was trying to like prove that it was real or true.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that was pretty obvious because, like, in the first.
Well, then
Sorry.
that's just me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, when it's Owen sitting at his desk when the book opens and he's, like, competing with that coworker, Harrison or whatever, they're competing in, like, middle mother tongue, like, history, which is, like, Una history.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. Okay, maybe it's this. I thought she was a fictional person. I did not know that she was a real person.
Okay.
It's probably, that's what I'm trying to say.
You thought she was, like, Rosie the Riveter
Yes.
or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. I thought she was a fictional individual. And then we find out that she was actually like a massive part of history.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. That
Yeah.
story's true.
Okay.
That's more of what I meant.
I see.
So when we go to the first time jump, I did not realize that he starts to say, I know how the story plays out because everybody knows the story and how she dies and etc. And so I thought, oh, I didn't realize that was happening here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's like a world building point or a plot point, but that was really the only thing that ever confused me. Dominion and stuff and the way that territories were referenced, it wasn't really that important to the story itself. So like,
yeah. And even then, like, Dominion was pretty well established. Like, I could imagine this country. And then I could imagine these enemy countries on the same continent that they had, like, absorbed.
Yeah.
And, like, taken over.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy to picture.
Did you like the fact that the present day was very modern with, like, was there television? I can't remember.
There was radio.
Radio and guns and...
Yeah, I kind of did. Because I
too.
liked how different it was from the medieval. So I kind of liked the
It was
juxtaposition.
very distinct.
Yeah, I did. It's been a while since I read a historical fantasy. Honestly, Divine Rivals might be the last time I read something of this nature.
Divine Rivals or Heartless Hunter is another one.
Yeah, but that's like European, like London.
Yeah, I mean it's different, but
yeah.
But there were still like guns and stuff in Heartless Hunter,
which I wasn't expecting at first.
I wasn't
like
either.
He was like, I strapped my gun across my back. I'm like, whoa, what?
Excuse me?
Hello? World building, I think that's kind of...
It was very effective.
It just got the point across and it did the job. Yeah.
It was effective.
Yeah.
I will say that the world building would not have been what it was if it was not for the writing style.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. Without the writing style, I don't think that the world would have had as much texture and detail. It would have been bare bones without
Yeah.
the flowery writing style.
Yeah, the writing, the way that they go back and forth, the narrative, the storytelling could not have been executed as well as it was if it had not been for the writing style itself. 100%. World building in general, rating? What would you rate it?
2.5.
Wow, okay, that's kind of low.
I mean, it's just average.
That's fair. I think I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into plot. So, I think starting from the beginning, the story was a little bit boring because it starts off with Owen as a young adult, or was he just a child? He was actually a child.
Well, are you talking about the prologue?
No, well, maybe it was the prologue.
The prologue, it was technically like Una as a child.
Wait, what?
And then the book opened with him at his desk at work.
No.
It goes like back in his like he thinks back on his childhood, but it opens with him at his desk at work.
But
the
the
book in his
prologue,
hands.
the prologue is about Owen as a kid with his dad being alcoholic.
No.
Yes.
The prologue is about Una and the U and how she got the sword out of the U.
Well, but that's the little storytelling thing in the very beginning. The book, I'm almost positive, opens up with how his dad is an alcoholic.
Yeah, but like
yes,
the first sentence is always my fantasy about becoming an author. Like that line.
I have to. No.
Are there 2 prologues?
I think that the first, how it opens is it basically says that he first found the book, the story of her, at the yew tree because his dad was an alcoholic and
Yeah, he describes that, but it's like.
But that's how the story starts. Is he's talking about that? Is my point.
Okay, fair. I mean,
a lot of the stories from the past are reflections of his, right?
Well, I think this is proof that the author does a really good job of not making it choppy. She was able to weave in like his reflections of the
I think
past.
you may have been right. Maybe it's just a story that he thinks about really early on.
Yeah, it is.
To me, that's where the story started.
No, the story always starts the same, bro.
I know.
Him sitting at his desk at work.
I thought that he tells the story about his dad and finding his dad at the bar at the very beginning.
No.
Interesting.
Well, it is. It's probably in the first chapter, but
it's not part of his ruminations.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay, no, you're right. Sorry that I attacked you like that.
Yeah, jeez.
I mean, I don't really know what there is to say much about the beginning except for the fact that he is so strange.
He is so bizarre.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Like, what a weird, like, main character.
He's a weird character. Just all of that about him being a coward, and the first iteration of his life is the one where he goes to war, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the first one that we know about.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, how out of character?
Yeah, he like sees a poster of her. Okay, actually, sorry. The way that he tells the first iteration of his life, where he says, the first time you saved my life was X. The second time you saved my life was X. I thought that was actually so cute.
I liked that. Because I didn't think it was cute, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a good mechanism for the story. Mm-hmm. Like, it was good storytelling, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't think that he does that same storytelling piece in the other iterations. Does he? No. Like, that's the only one. Yeah, I think that's the only one. I thought that was incredibly sad when he basically is like, the first time you saved my life is when I was having suicidal thoughts at the tree. And I was like, you were 10.
Yeah.
You poor thing. But yeah, I think off the bat, we just learned that Owen is like really weird. Owen is really weird, and he hates his dad.
Yeah.
And he thinks his dad is a coward. And then he thinks he's also a coward.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just a very bizarre narrator also.
Yeah.
He's just such a nerd.
Such a nerd.
But he's also like, okay, I feel like now's a good time to talk about like the whole, like, there is no hard boundary, and like the line is very fluid about like masculine and feminine.
100%.
That is a huge theme of this book.
100%.
There are no like pigeonholes that these characters are in. And reading that, I kind of was caught off guard at first. Like I wasn't expecting that kind of character. Someone who was so insecure, someone that goes to war, but someone's a coward, like a coward at the same time. Someone that's a man, but also has a feminine side. Like it just was all very
and same
flipped
on
on
Una,
its head. Yeah, it was
a lady
all
knight.
flipped on its head.
Yeah, it really was. I didn't think about that too much until you say it. And there's also Vivian being the chancellor and stuff like that. No, I thought that was a good point. I thought that him going to war was just so funny to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then you have this thought of, how did he get his throat like that?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that I want to say, and this is definitely more character related, and I guess it is actually a little bit to what you were saying about the gender like norms being very like fluid and not being on one side or the other. I would also say that applies to the way that she describes her characters. Like Una is ugly.
Yeah.
Like Una is ugly. And I'm just not used to that because in fantasy books that you read, the main female character is in both protagonists are always just the most stunning people on earth.
Right.
And so her describing Una as some
beastly person.
Yeah, like Hulk, she's scarred, she's flawed. And then the way that Una is depicted later in the future as like very feminine
and
angelic and has like this halo and these feminine features. And then he goes back in time for the first time and it's like she's taller than him and he's a tall person. That just threw me off so much.
I know. It's like being dumped in cold water. Like it's very shocking.
Yeah, it was, but I kind of liked it.
Me too. No, like
it grew on me.
Yeah.
Because it took me a while to be like able to reconcile the Una that he sees the posters of to the one that he meets back in time.
I had a little bit of training my brain to do.
I did too.
To be like, no, Hannah, don't like picture her beautiful in your head. Like
picture
her ugly.
Same. That's how I had to do that too. Yeah. I had to picture, like I had to intentionally imagine her exactly the way the author described, which is such a strange experience. And the same thing for him. I wanted to take his glasses off of him for some reason. And I also wanted to fix his throat. Yeah. Every time. And I just don't know why. That was like my initial reaction.
The one time where his throat wasn't injured, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yes, me too. Like him having a messed up, high-pitched voice just was not, it was hard for me.
It was hard for me too. I wonder why the author did that.
I think that it was a exaggerated way to get that point across.
Yeah.
I think it was obviously
just like screw the norms.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Yeah.
Like let me write characters that are abnormal and
screw what society tells you. Like rewrite it yourself kind of thing.
Yeah. Maybe not so much flawed as much as scarred.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like both literally and figuratively.
Right.
So.
Very interesting.
That was one of the things that I wanted to make sure I had to bring up. But for those of you who have seen Game of Thrones, I imagined Una as the female, like short-haired blonde knight that was kind of a giant. I can't remember her name, something of Sarth, I think. But that was exactly who I pictured in my head, which reminds me of your status update about the horse.
Oh, yeah.
Hen was, I think, the horse's name. You said that you imagined it as Maximus in Tangled.
The attitude was giving Maximus
the
from
attitude.
Tangled.
Okay, so I thought you meant visually, and I was that horse is a zombie.
No.
I was like, what are you talking about?
The horse was such a funny.
It wasn't a funny addition. Yeah, yeah. And it just made me laugh that he was basically staying old this time for all the time traveling.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I can't remember where we were in like plot combo though. We were just talking about.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about their personalities.
Yeah.
I don't think we had gone into like his first time travel back.
I mean, let's get into it then.
Yeah, let's get into it.
The first one, them being so oblivious to the fact that they've lived through it before, and therefore me being oblivious to the fact that they've lived through it before. That first time when it jumps back and he's like retelling the story, you're so confused.
Yeah.
You're right, because I don't think that Vivian tells him that she's rewriting history until the second time,
Yeah.
right? Does he think that he's going back to his current life?
All he knows is that Dominion needs him
Mm-hmm.
and to write her story.
And he's writing it as it goes, right? He's writing it
Yes.
on their journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he like knows the story, so he's like, I'm just basically rewriting what I already know in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like things happen to Una, and he's just like, I'm not gonna mention that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write it as I know it.
Yeah.
Which basically
To
it's
make
funny.
her a
He's just like
legacy.
plagiarizing himself from.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I thought that
Yeah.
was so funny too. He basically fell in love with this tale version of her. I thought that connecting the dots, that the reason why the history and the story of Una was so confusing and convoluted is because of how many times it's been rewritten.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many difference of the history floating out there from how many times he's written it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was actually really cool.
Yeah, I liked that. Like the different books that different authors had written about
Mhm.
it were like totally contradicted.
Yeah.
Like compared to what he wrote.
Yeah,
It was cool.
100%.
But the first like travel, like the way that they meet, and she's kind of just like putting him in a corner, like ignoring him. I was like, interesting. Like Una was very interesting at first. Like you don't
Mhm.
really get to know her
Yeah.
yet. Even as they like go to the dragon, and then they finally end up like at with the chalice at the palace. Was it the palace? What was it called? It had a name.
Keep or something.
The keep or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
something.
Cavalon Keep maybe.
Mhm.
It wasn't really until then where it's like, okay, now we're starting to see Owen's trying to like rethink, like, wait, is this actually right? Like, no,
Yeah, he just
don't want her
couldn't
to
do
die.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was basically in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't bring himself to do it.
Right. And like still like this whole first version, I didn't really like know Una. Like I was like Owen. All I knew was the version that Owen was telling me. But
Mhm.
like Una herself like didn't really have a personality. She was
I
just
agree.
a canvas. You know
Until
what I
her
mean?
first POV, when you start to hear about how insecure she is about,
Mm-hmm.
herself and
What she's
feeling so
done.
guilty about everything that
Yeah.
she's done and being like haunted by basically her ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you really start to connect with her.
Yeah.
And you see how much she wants Owen
Mm-hmm.
and likes him.
Yeah.
Which is like you would not have been able to tell from Owen's POV, right?
Yeah. And that reminds me, there's like that one scene in the first one where it's like they're traveling from the dragon to the keep, and it's like really, really cold outside, and she like subtly invites him
Mhm.
to like sleep with her, and he like totally ignores it. I will just say, calling it smut almost feels vulgar, but all like the like sexual innuendos felt so raunchy to me and out
Yeah.
of left field.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, whoa. It was so unorthodox
It
in every
was.
way for some
I
reason.
I think that what makes this feel different, like the intimacy between Owen and Una, makes it feel different from like other romantasy or other fantasy that we've read with this romance subcomponent, is that it really truly had like a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It had a purpose. Like every scene where it was relevant, it was untangling the legend that Una is, to basically, like, she was regarded as a saint.
Mm-hmm.
She was called like Una the Virgin and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like you're untangling all of these lies about her,
Mm-hmm.
and also you're showing how much kind of like a prude Owen is.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of those scenes, like where they like start to connect, and then you realize in past lives like they've know each other much more intimately than they do in the ones that they're currently telling the story about.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's what it was, is that they served such an intentional purpose. Like the way that they were written and why they were written in the parts of the story that they were
Mm-hmm.
felt very purposeful.
Yeah. And I understand why. It's like they've done this a million times before. Like he can think that in his head and be like, it's not gross because he's done it, technically,
Yeah.
you know? But like, I don't know that. So he's just thinking about her wet cooch so blatantly. And I'm like, ew, maybe it's being in a man's head. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. I also just felt like it was trying to say something about the culture I don't know.
Really?
They were such a strange couple.
They really were. That's what I'm telling you. Like, everything was just bizarre.
Yeah.
Nothing was as I would, like, expect it to be.
I don't disagree. I think I just got used to it, is maybe the way to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, the first time it just, like, took me
you
aback.
Yeah.
I was like,
No,
whoa.
he's like super into her from the get-go.
Oh, and you kinky man.
Yeah, also I'm like, you fantasizing about a like mythical legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you realize, oh, it's founded because he's literally
been here and done that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which made him like more of a freak in the beginning to me. I was like, you're such a strange man.
Yeah. Moving on from that, her first death.
Yeah.
He tries to save her.
Yeah.
He goes, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, I was like, that's actually so cool.
Yeah.
Also, such a cool way to tie in the fact that he should not be good at shooting people.
Yes.
Because he, like, it's muscle memory for him, and everybody's like, why are you such a good shot?
Yeah.
Nobody questions it. He's like, my hands are shaky as hell. My
Mhm.
eyesight is horrible. I can barely
Yep.
see, but somehow I can literally just take out these people on the
Yeah.
wall. Putting those puzzle pieces together and then it finally coming full circle was so rewarding.
Yeah.
Because I didn't put them together.
Mhm.
I just like took it at face value and I was like, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
he's like a
He's
weirdo.
good. Yeah. It's still crazy to me that, like, when we read this first go around, it's like the first death of Una Everlasting, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has done this multiple times.
Mhm.
And, like, it's weird to, like, bend my brain thinking that.
Yeah.
Because they remember eventually, but, like, it's so trippy. It's so trippy.
A mind F, if you will.
Yeah. But her first death, I kind of saw it coming that he was going to change something.
Yeah.
That he eventually was. But then the added layers of, like, each death happening on top of each other, like, okay, now it's Ansel. Ansel's a villain, and he betrays her. I was like, oh, whoa, okay. But I really don't think the wow factor hit me until he goes back to present day.
Yeah, I agree. That the part where he ends up back at his desk again.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know?
Also, just seeing the way that it changed the present, I was like, okay, this is the point.
Mm-hmm.
This is the point, is seeing how the
past changes the present.
Changes the present.
Yeah.
And, like, he was, like, definitely, like, a foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, mega.
Yeah. And him not realizing it.
Yeah, he didn't know.
He had no idea. That was such a crazy element of it, too.
Mm-hmm. That's a really interesting thing that the author did.
Mm-hmm.
Is, like, making him a foreigner. Like, that's such a...
Yeah, and him always thinking that he belonged and, like, went to go fight for his country, and it turns out he's just, like, killing all of his race.
Mm-hmm. What an interesting layer.
Yeah.
Like, if that layer wasn't added to this book, I don't think I would have noticed, but it being in there
really changed something.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying, is the author was able to accomplish so much in so little pages, especially for a story that's literally just retelling itself.
Right?
In slightly different ways every time.
Yeah.
The prophecy is not until the second death, right?
Correct. I honestly don't think she really gave him an agenda for the first death. I don't really know what she had originally asked him other than, like,
maybe she
do
didn't,
it for Dominion.
Maybe she didn't ask him to do anything, but afterwards she was like, the villain was
perfect,
an excellent addition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I couldn't remember.
The second time around, though, she did have a task for him.
Mm-hmm. And that was to write the prophecy. Yeah.
She kind of lets him act it out, and then she's like, oh, yeah, that was good. She's like a playwright?
Mm-hmm.
Or like a director.
A screenwriter. Yeah, director. Mm-hmm.
She's like, let it happen, as Owen will determine, and then she's like, okay, yeah, now let's edit this.
Yeah. I know, and the first time, or the second time around, when she pretends that she's not Yvonne, and that she's just playing a part because Yvonne dies, and like Yvonne tasks her with fulfilling or like taking her place so that her legacy can live on, because that's all she wanted.
I believed it. I fully believed it. I was like,
I think there are a lot of instances in this book where I was just totally fooled.
Yeah.
You know?
That is one of them for sure.
I think, honestly, I feel like we can probably skip the second death, because that one is kind of just a retelling from Una's POV a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I think the most important one about the second death is that's Owen tries to prevent Ansel's betrayal, and she still dies, and that's when he gets tortured. into writing the
The
prophecy. Yeah, and that's also the first time when he remembers everything and like realizes,
Yeah.
because he says like wait for me, or she says it.
Yeah.
And that like unlocks something in him.
But it's like a slow remembering
Mhm.
though. It's like he's sitting there smoking a cigarette, looking at her beer, and he's like,
How many times have we done this?
yeah, he's like looking at Vivian with like a cold, like critical eye this time, being like, you've said this before. This is a speech you've practiced multiple times.
Yeah, how many
kind of
times have
thing.
you said that?
Yeah.
I think the interesting about that one is that like really changes the present,
Heck yeah.
because he basically becomes a celebrity for translating the book with the prophecy. So I just like what a cool element, because I can see how that would have totally become boring to read the same thing over and over. So there had to be drastic enough changes to where you were paying attention. But I do think that also was probably the least engaging part of the book for me.
The present day where he's like famous and stuff.
Yeah, I just kept like wanting him to go back. I was like wanting him to end up back in the past tense. So I was like, okay, can we move this along?
Yeah.
And that's also the one where he doesn't have his throat messed up, right?
Yes. So he could do his book talks. Wait, book talk. His book tour.
Yeah.
It's crazy that she could even orchestrate that, dude. Oh, it's so bizarre. All these layers. Gosh. I want to know how like Alix E. Harrow's like brain mapped this book out. Like I would look out.
Ooh.
I would like, I want to see like her jots. I want to see it. I want to see it written down.
Honestly, the part that I want to talk about the most though is when they are able to escape and they're basically trying to escape from her.
Oh yeah, well the badass moment where he goes and tries to steal the book.
Yeah.
He learned from his dad his history.
Yeah.
And then he goes to try to steal the book, and then he tries to kill her, and she predicted that too, because that had happened before.
Okay, that was actually so crazy to me, is that he was like, that he had also tried that before.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the first time it worked, and this is the first time he's been able to actually successfully evade her for an extended period of time.
I guess so.
That was crazy to me, because I was like, no, this is the first time he's successful, and
yeah.
Which means that this is also not the first time that he's remembered. Bro.
I know. It's because, like, I thought, like, the amount of time, like, the more times he had done it, like, the sooner he would remember. But it's almost like once something had so drastically changed in the present, like him going on a book tour, like that level of fame and stuff, it kind of became a whole new segment of, like, okay, now your memories are going to, like, restart, and now you're going to have to reheat again. Like, it was, like, layers. Not like one continuous stretch. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
It's like, okay, now we're on version A. We're going to do reversion A again, and again. But then once we started version B, it's like it kind of started over. Oh, it's just so trippy.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
But I think that was probably, when I was actually just looking at the chapters in the book, the version where they are able to evade her, I think it's for 9 years or whatever. That's actually the smallest portion. Yeah. But it was, I think, probably one of my favorite parts.
Oh, that was my favorite part too.
Because you just want them to be together and happy and stuff so bad.
Yep.
And then you realize how short those 9 years are when Vivian finds them.
Yeah.
And they were just broke all of their own rules, and because they felt safe and happy and just wanted to have peace together.
Yeah.
And then they have kids.
Yeah, it's like they ran the whole time. Like they didn't really feel peace ever. And I know it kind of comes back to this theme later, but like Owen having to like shove her into a box, being like, put your sword down. Like, we're running. Like, oh, that's just so heartbreaking. And I'm glad like he comes around and like realizes his mistake like the second time around, or X amount of times around.
I think it also shows how smart Owen is, because the way that he's able to go to specific points in time, because he is a historian, he knows specific like periods of time where she wasn't relevant in history. and by she I mean Vivian, he's able to evade her because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially this character like that she has built, like this pawn that Vivian has built, she's allowed him to become cunning and smart enough and know history well enough
Yes.
that she gave him the one thing that he used to evade her,
Yeah,
pretty much, until they just
exactly.
wanted to be comfortable and happy.
Right.
One of the first times that a pregnancy trope hasn't bothered me.
Yeah.
It just kind of fits so perfect,
Yeah,
you know?
it did. Oh, yeah. Another thing that kind of like just felt out of character, but also felt right was like Una being a mom.
Yeah.
Like,
And also her being like terrified of being a mom.
right. And him being terrified of being a dad.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, like, Owen having more background in his character hit a little bit harder than Una. But then the end of the book was so crazy because of Una's background. Like, isn't that kind
Yeah.
of crazy how that flips?
Yeah. Because you didn't
Like, their
know Una
character
at all.
development was like Owen heavy, and then it kind of fades, and then it's like Una heavy at the end. Dude.
Yeah, like finding out that Yvonne was Una's mom, didn't see that coming at all.
Not at all.
I honestly, I won't lie to you guys. I didn't predict a single thing in this book.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And I really did think, I thought they're not going to get their kids back.
Yeah.
I really thought that.
Me too.
And I was really sad about it. So
Yeah,
when they
same.
did come back, oh my gosh, and he says their names.
Yeah.
I literally cried. I'm
Cried.
about to start crying just thinking about it.
I cried at that point where
Oh,
he
I
like
did too.
sat them below the tree. He was like, wait for us.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I'm going to do it. That was so sad. Oh my god. That was so sad. And then they end up losing them and she ends up having the same kids again.
Crazy, which that's kind of crazy.
Oh my god. That was so sad. I don't know why I'm crying about that again. Oh my god, it was so
sad.
beautiful. I'm like straight up sobbing.
Yeah, you are. This book really was like devastatingly beautiful.
Oh my
Like
gosh,
those are the
was.
best two words to describe it.
It's not often that like, I mean, I cry in a lot of books, but it's not often that thinking about a book later will make me cry.
Yeah,
That was so beautiful.
it was.
Because I just remember being so sad thinking like,
Him like teaching his kids like modern mother tongue. So like if they heard him speaking.
I need a tissue.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna go grab some. They're over there.
Yeah, 1 second. And it was so
The
sad.
tissues are here.
Thank you. Oh. It was so sad when she was like devastated by losing them, and so she was like, I can't. She was like, don't write down.
Don't tell me their names.
What the heck? What?
That guys.
Well, it just made you realize that they were okay. I think that's probably one of the first times when it really becomes obvious that they're writing the story for each other so that they can remember the lives that
they
they
live.
they didn't experience, like the parts of their lives that they didn't get to see of each other.
And the way that the author like wrote it was so cruel. It just twisted the knife a little bit. Where it's like the thing where it's like, all right, love, like a story then. And then he writes it like third person. And then there's one time where Una's like, I'm sorry, Owen, but I have to say this. I know it makes you cry though. Like in parentheses, like it's like they're like writing letters to each other. Guys, I don't know. Just the way all these heartbreaking things happened to them, like they just could not win. But then the way that they wrote to each other just made it so much more heartbreaking.
Ugh. And for
Like-
a while, I did not think that they were gonna like get an HEA, like a happily ever after.
Right?
Sorry about my breakdown. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's fair.
I felt very strongly about that apparently.
Yeah. I mean, it was sad.
There's a part where he hints at Una's name in the middle
Yeah.
of the book. And so I thought I had got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's the dragon scales, like the flower or whatever.
Mhm.
And so in the middle of the book, I was like, oh, I know her name.
Mhm.
And then at the end, when he uses his cipher to spell it out, I was like, was I wrong? Like, I couldn't figure out the cipher.
It was Ula.
Yeah, I know. But were you able to crack the cipher?
Mhm.
See, I had to go look it up.
Oh, really?
Because I thought the way I was trying to, I wasn't smart enough to figure out the punctuation thing.
Oh.
I mean, like, I understood there were obviously
Yeah.
ways he wrote the sentence or the words it was supposed to make it obvious, but I was like, wait,
Yeah.
was I wrong about her name?
Well, I did have to like go search back and thinking like this is why I'm a Kindle reader, not a physical copy reader. But I did have to go search back in the book and be like punctuation marks. I searched
Yeah.
punctuation marks so I could figure out if it was like the first letter after the punctuation mistake or the second.
Yeah, yeah.
And then once I had that, I'm like, oh, okay, let me go look. And then I was doing it, and I was like, ULLA. Oh, okay, yeah, it's like the flower that I figured out earlier.
Yeah. I was making it too complicated, I think.
Yeah.
I was making it too hard on myself.
Well, he also kind of fools you because he's like, I will do this in like the last page. We're like, okay, well, how much is the last page?
Yeah.
And then he has like a bunch of commas and stuff, and like the rest of the book, you're like, okay, well, what else is a mistake?
Yeah.
I have to go like be like a freaking Grammarly right now.
Yeah. Another thing that just like hit so hard in the end, how she goes by I'm gonna cry again. I don't even, this part's not even that sad.
It's just that kind of
I
book.
think I am obviously about to experience something this month. I'm definitely about to start my period. I think it was how she goes by the green knight instead of the red knight.
Yeah.
Like, they're so happy. Why is that so sad?
Let's go back to the other part.
Okay.
Let's move back.
Okay.
So you don't cry.
I'm moving my microphone away.
Let's talk about the other sad part, in which we find out the sad but also makes you angry part. Finding out Vivian's childhood. We were at the origin of time.
Oh yeah.
One
Before the yew tree
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah. That lore was very interesting.
Yeah. And also very subtle, if
Mhm.
that's the right word for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Like-
very direct.
Learning about the book being time itself was interesting enough. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, whoa, I didn't see that coming. And like
Or
figuring out
luring
the
out the-
book.
The
Book was the you.
Yes. Learning
sh-
that the yew tree was actually the time travel mechanism and not the book itself. Yeah.
Like figuring out that like, oh my gosh, the book is so she could take it around with her. Like, but that's the yew tree. That was already like, whoa, blew my mind. But then figuring out the origin of the yew tree being the dragon heart,
Mm-hmm.
which we had learned.
That's why she kills off all the dragons.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly.
Such a well thought out book.
It's
and
almost
plot.
like this book was written in like reverse, dude. Like
yeah.
the dragon heart was so far in the beginning. That was like the first rerun, like the first run of the story.
Yeah, and then Una doesn't kill the dragon
Mm-hmm.
in one of the stories.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this book had like its dark moments, but this was definitely like the darkest.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you're
She's-
just kind of like, oh
Yeah, her teacher
gosh,
was just
a
is just
freak.
so gross and
Yeah. And she clearly is so
messed up because of it.
right? And she's messed up in general. Even then, like she's just a mentally unwell,
Yeah.
ill.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's weird when we're at that first moment in history with young Vivian, where even young Vivian has had that experience like Owen and Una being like, I'm in the beginning of time, but I remember all of my futures. It's like,
Such a mind trip. Yeah. Also, I can't even remember what I ate yesterday. Like, you know?
like her brain is like mega mind, bro. Like
Yeah.
the amount of memories she must be holding on to.
Yeah.
It coming all back to the Dragon Heart. That lore is so interesting.
Mhm.
Like that's great fantasy world building right there.
Can I just say, this book is a great example of why I love this genre.
Yeah.
Because unless it's like a mystery thriller like type of book, in my opinion, like contemporary books just can't do it like
Yeah.
that.
They can't.
You can't create this fictional world where you have Easter eggs or like, I wouldn't even say this book has Easter eggs. It's more of just like the way that time connects and like
Yeah.
folds on itself. I don't think it's those things are laid out in order for you to be like, oh wait, like blah, blah, like maybe
write
a
that
little
down, write that
bit.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think it's more of just a
comes back around.
realize how your actions have consequence, and just like such a cool story that truly is so unique to this genre.
Yeah.
And it also shows how poor quality some books that I've read in the past couple of years
Yeah.
in comparison, just in terms of like thoughtful plot.
I was just about to like say that, like, just in the day and age where like every fantasy, especially romantasy, just feels like a regurgitation of
Mhm.
itself. Like, what a unique plot! Like taking classic medieval and classic historical fantasy and then just like creating something entirely unique.
Yeah, I agree.
It was
Have
just
you
very
read
well
a time
done.
travel fantasy before?
Yeah.
I don't think that I have.
Yes, you have Addie LaRue.
Oh, you're right. I did.
I can't remember, but I definitely have.
That's different though because that's like like modern 21st century.
Hmm.
Oh, you haven't read it, so
No.
it's a little bit different. Like this is time travel still within a fantasy world.
Yeah. But getting back to it, I just yeah, the plot was just so unique. It had like some themes and like elements that were just so beloved fantasy, but like I never saw the end coming, dude. I never saw that
Me
coming.
either. Me either.
From the U to the book to the dragon to Una's first death being before she was even born.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
crazy. Like
I totally forgot about that part too. Yeah.
and like how disgustingly morbid that is.
Also how much one thing that we haven't really talked about is how Una like grew to hate her mom,
Yeah.
you know? And how like she had such a twisted relationship where
Yeah.
she loved her so much but also despised her.
Yeah.
Una's character ended up having a lot of depth, kind of as you said, like that just
Mhm.
built towards the
It
end.
did. It really just steadily grew. Yeah. At first I was like, how do you not see it, Una? Like, Yvonne is crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why do you love her? But then, yeah, I had to also remind myself there are a thousand and thousand of lives that Una has lived this before. Like, loving her mom for, like, good reason.
Yvonne constructing her dad's
Oh my gosh, yeah. What a
like
freak.
creating
She's such a freak.
yeah, such a psycho.
Yeah. I think like the creepiest part of this book is just Yvonne as a mom.
Mhm.
Like that's like creepy as like heck.
Yeah. Like
Ugh,
you didn't
everything she does.
everything she does.
Killing her daughter over and over and over again. Orchestrating every bit of her life. Ugh.
And also like the things that happened
Creepy
to her
crawly.
when she was a girl, like
Right?
ugh, gross.
Such a dark origin story. I guess they all
Yeah,
start like that though.
I know. What a good antagonist, is that the word?
Yeah,
Villain?
antagonist. I will say though, like when Owen dies, that hit harder than any death Una had. Not gonna lie.
Mhm. Yeah.
It really hit.
Like sacrificing himself.
He's going to sacrifice himself.
And do you think that when he did it, he knew that he would be coming back?
Yeah,
You think so?
I think so.
Like, you think that Una knew that his plan was for her to plant the yew tree in him?
Maybe not that, but I think that he knew that she was going to find a way to like go back in time or like
Mhm.
restart time in some way.
I think that the ending was just so satisfying.
It was.
Just the whole, I would say from the point where they go back to like the beginning of time
Mm-hmm.
to the end of the book where he like writes the story about the Green Knight and just one of the most satisfying endings I think
Yeah.
I've ever read.
It really was
Which is
satisfying.
incredible because it's a standalone and you're
Yeah.
not getting anything else. Like you're not
Yeah.
going to get some more.
Mm-hmm. They even like die in the end together, and like that was satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah,
that part. Mm.
Yeah.
Hold back the tears.
Super good.
There are so many elements that like we could get into. Also, like Gilda Sawbridge
Mm-hmm.
and like the part she played.
Such an interesting way to open the book, by the way.
The letters
The
or
letters or
emails,
emails between the
whatever.
two of them.
They kind of still don't make sense to me. I won't
Yeah,
lie
they
to
don't
you.
either. I think the point is that Gilda disappears because she's on to her. And
Yeah.
it's supposed to create kind of like a mystery of like, oh, where does she go?
Mhm.
Or where it is, maybe it's that he disappears. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
It was interesting, like when he goes to Gilda after his book tour and stuff, where it's like Gilda is messed up by all the lives she's lived. Like it is not just Owen and Una.
And she's being manipulated too.
yeah, and the horse. Like there are multiple.
I thought it was interesting that Vivian had also tried other people other than
Yeah, that
Owen.
blew my mind.
Like Harrison, I think was his name, like
yeah.
also had been. Yeah.
And he was like super angry and like tried to take it out on Owen at that. Yeah, that was crazy. And she's like, yeah, somehow like Owen, you just worked of all people. I don't know why Una fell in love with you, but you're the one that has to do this. It kind of didn't really fully click for me being like Una and Owen grew up together. Like I knew it, but I hadn't been able to like really
Was she time
appreciate it.
traveling to the future?
He was time traveling to the past.
Oh, like by touching the tree, he would try.
He was bleeding, and like he touched the tree, and they were like playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then how did he end up going back? Did he end up going back?
Yeah, he did a few times, I think.
Yeah, that was cool too. He thought that she was like an imaginary friend.
Mm-hmm. Like they both like had played with each other and like had each other in their childhoods, and like that's why they really grew to love each other as they grew up together. But Vivian hadn't orchestrated that at all. It was just like happenstance.
Yeah.
I didn't get to really appreciate that until the very end of the book.
I know. I thought it was interesting that they didn't age. Or did they?
They did.
Well, no, sorry. I thought it was interesting that when he is reborn of the yew tree, that
he's blonde.
Yeah, he
looks like a dragon.
He's blonde and he's
a dragon.
He's his age. He's his age when he died. I thought
like 40 or something.
I thought he was gonna be reborn as a baby. And so I was like, that's so weird. Una's gonna have to raise him. What?
What?
That's what I thought. And I was like, also the fact that she's alive and her same age, just waiting for him for whoever knows how long. Cool magic.
Really cool. Yeah.
Even though it wasn't so magic like I'm used to reading, very cool magic.
It didn't feel like a magic system. It just was the book.
Yeah, it just was magic.
It was just the world.
Yeah. Okay, well then how about this? I feel like I'm done with my plot thoughts.
Me too.
And I think I'm done with my character thoughts as well. Okay, what would you do? How would you rate plot?
4.5 or 4.75.
That's what I was going to do too.
Yeah. Like it's pretty up there.
It's pretty up there. It's just so cool.
It is cool.
How all of it connects.
Yeah, I think it would, the only reason I would dock points is like kind of like the beginning.
Yeah, I would say that the slower parts make it a 4.5 for me.
Like some points that just like felt kind of weak were like the first time he met Vivian and like the protest, like that kind of stuff was just like whatever.
Yeah.
Sure, it added his depth to his dad, but like whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, what about characters? This one's hard.
This one's really hard because they're such freaks.
Yeah.
They're both weirdos.
They are.
And they're both like such different things I would typically read.
Yeah.
Again, this is where I have to really kind of put my bias aside.
For me, I think the part that I'm struggling with for rating this one is because you think Vivian, Una, and Owen are like the central characters.
Right.
And you think there's not any other development of any other characters. But then the more I think about it, I'm like, no, you have like the relationship with the dad.
Yeah.
You have Ansel and you have Gilda. And I'm like, those aren't like really, really built out, except maybe the relationship with the dad is, I think, pretty fleshed out. But
and Ansel.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to dock points because I'm like, it's really just the three of them. But then I'm thinking about it more and I'm like, it's not.
Even the freaking dragons, dude.
Yeah.
The dragons had plot development.
I know.
Honestly, F it. 5 stars.
I'm kind of feeling 5 stars too. And just especially with the connection that I feel to Owen and Una and how much you are rooting for them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. How invested you are in like them succeeding.
Yeah. And them just being able to love each other quietly in a cabin next to a tree. Like, you just want it so badly for them.
And I won't lie, Vivian was a great villain.
No, she was. She really, really was.
That was such a good villain. Like, I love the cunning, witty,
I love it when it's not unfounded.
One step ahead of you villain.
Yeah. I like it when a villain has a backstory so that you can understand them.
That too. And like Yeah. She was a good villain.
Yeah, she really was.
5 stars then.
I think 5. I think 5 on the characters.
What was our average? I'm kind of curious.
Okay,
Should we try to add it together? First
Yeah.
was writing style.
which we gave 5.
Okay, let's do this. I think we kind of rated some of them differently, no? Writing style 5.
World building was like a,
I gave it 2.5.
and I think I gave it 3.
3. You gave it 3.
And then
Characters.
characters we gave 5,
5.
and then plot we gave 4.5,
Yeah.
and that's divided by 4.
Yeah.
4.375. So I think I gave mine 4. I gave the book 4.
4.25 for me. A 4 feels good.
A 4 feels good.
4 feels good.
Yeah. I don't think I would go up, but I probably wouldn't go down.
Yeah. I don't know why, but like a 5-star read for me is like I would recommend this to everybody on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
This is a book I would not recommend to everybody.
Really?
It's so niche. I would only give it to people that could actually appreciate it.
That's fair. That's
And
fair.
like I'm not someone that likes flowery writing, and I feel like that kind of cuts off a big chunk of people.
Yeah, I would only recommend it to people who are already hardcore hardcore fans of fantasy.
Yeah. And Waza would appreciate the writing style.
Yeah. Like I don't think I'd recommend it to Colby.
No,
I don't think he would. I think he
don't
would like it.
Yeah.
You know? Nolan may like it, surprisingly.
Really?
Because the time travel almost feels like sci-fi a little bit. Maybe not sci-fi, but like it's not your typical fantasy magic.
Yeah, it's not.
So
But yeah, it's like 5 stars. I usually give like anyone would read this, but 4 stars is like
yeah, you have to tailor your
Yeah.
recommendation. I think that
Wow.
wraps us up. What a chaotic day.
Yeah, guys, this filming day has been insane.
Yeah.
Actually, we've been here. What time is it? It's 1:30. We've been here since
10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, we had the
We've been
camera battery
struggling.
die like every 15 minutes,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's kind of been crazy. So sorry if the editing of this episode is
A little choppy.
yeah, riff. But yeah, guys, if you want to see more of our thoughts, go on our Fable Book Club. We posted some updates there, and I'd honestly love to hear y'all's thoughts. Like this is such a convoluted book. Like there's
Yeah.
just so many layers, so many themes that
Yeah.
we barely got to touch on in this short hour-long episode. So
Yeah, I know, which is crazy for such a short book.
yeah.
But yeah, I want to make an announcement. The next couple of months are going to be pretty book review heavy, because we just want to see how that goes. And we are going to be reading Iron Gold next month. You guys asked and we are delivering.
Yeah.
Finally, like
Yeah.
a year and a half later. So
Trying to put it off as much as I could.
I will say though, for some reason, I'm like not excited to start it.
It's because
It's been so long.
for me, it's because I know that the last book isn't out, and that just is freaking like I hate that.
They're so long though, and we have them spaced out over the next couple of months. So I am hopeful that there's going to be an announcement before we get through the next 3.
Yeah,
So
I'm really hoping that happens.
yeah, but I just wanted to throw that out there so you guys can get started reading it or build some anticipation for our review
Mhm.
in September.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
So guys, pick up your sci-fi. We're getting back on the sci-fi train.
yes,
Guys, I'm
Okay.
so excited. Let's do it.
I will get excited once I start it and I read that like first line. I will be excited, but I think I'm intimidated right now.
I'm intimidated because I also have so many big books to read.
Yeah.
I gotta reread Akatar. I also have Empire of Silence that just came off hold on my library card. And then I have to read Iron Gold. Are you kidding me?
And I have to, yeah. There's a lot of reading that must be done. I think I just need to give up on Because I Killed Him. It's not interesting enough. It's okay to DNF, Madeline. It's okay.
I thought you were gonna say I just need to give up on everything else in life. Just read. No
Just read.
sleep.
I know. I wish I could do that. I really do.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Ugh,
Thanks, everybody.
guys. Yeah.
I'm Madeline Book Out.
And I'm Hannah Book Out. And please come back 2 weeks from now where we'll review.
I think we're reviewing Mistborn next.
Oh, Mistborn.
Yeah, guys. We're
Brando
about to give
Sandoz,
we're about
get
to give
on
you a lot of
board.
good books in the
Yeah.
next couple months. We have plans.
Yeah. So come back then. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Check This Book Out Pod in the meantime. And follow our favorite book club as always.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out.
We'll see
Love
you
ya.
guys next time. Bye.